Hey first graders, it's Mr. Becken here. I'm going to be reading with you today, and we're going to be doing a video that we're going to be using for 2 days. Um, we're going to be reading the story Butterflies. You can follow along with me in the story if you open up your reading book that has the caterpillar on it, and you can turn to page 161. So I'll give you a second. You can pause the video and find your spot and then unpause it when you're ready to go to follow along with me. For the first time listening to this video, we're going to be focusing on comparing a butterfly to a caterpillar. So that's where in a notebook or on Seesaw you can make a drawing, and you can make a circle for a butterfly and a circle for a caterpillar, and then you can kind of compare. How are they the same? How are they different? And then you'll be able to send that to us teachers so we can get a sense of what you learned from this story as you listen to it. The next day after you do that one, you'll listen to the story again, or you'll read the story on your own. And then you're going to be working on, I can determine the main idea and the key details in the story. So you could do something like this in a journal, or again, you could go on Seesaw and make a drawing and then add text in there with main idea, what was the book all about in a sentence, and then 3 details that you learned while you were reading the story or listening to the story. All right? So now that we know what we're doing over the next 2 days with this book, I'm going to start reading, and I might pause every once in a while to talk about some vocabulary words or things that are important to know. All right? Well, I hope you enjoy, and here we go. Butterfly. Out of the egg. I am a caterpillar. I grow inside my tiny yellow egg, which is about the size of a dot. My mother is a butterfly. One day I will look like her. I am ready to hatch, so I chew a hole in my eggshell. I squeeze out of the hole. At last, I'm free. Growing bigger. One thing I do want to point out is this is called a heading. Yeah, that's right, you got it. So a heading is kind of like a title for those specific pages. So right here, we have 2 pages that's going to be talking about growing bigger. So here's our heading. So growing bigger. I am 1 week old. Each day I grow in size. I'm always hungry. My skin feels very tight. I'm starting to shed my skin. Shed is a vocab word that we might need to know. It means that they're coming out of, right? They're getting rid of their old skin by coming out of that old skin. I squeeze out of my old skin. My new skin fits my plump body. Soon I grow too big for this skin. So here's that text feature again, heading. So we got lots of legs. I am 2 weeks old and my skin is splitting again. Now I have bright stripes on my body. How many arms and legs do I have? I have 6 arms and 10 legs. Striped suits. I'm 3 weeks old. I am munching a good plant. Other caterpillars are eating it too. I'm going on to the next plant. While I am eating, my striped suit hides me from danger. I use my orange horn to scare enemies away. So right here, I'm thinking of 2 vocab words that kind of fit with this text. The first one I'm thinking is camouflage. Can you say camouflage with me? Camouflage. So camouflage is something that an animal has to blend in to something. So this caterpillar, it says, has stripes that help it hide. And we kind of learned about camouflage when we were studying animals, when we were doing habitats, which it also reminds me of that word adaptation. Remember when we had to learn about adaptations and what animals had to survive? So this caterpillar has camouflage, the stripes, but then it also talks about how it has a horn on its head to scare its enemies away. So that's also another adaptation that it has to survive. Let's keep reading. Changing shape. I am 4 weeks old. Now I am full grown caterpillar. I look for a safe hiding place. My body is changing shape. I'm not a caterpillar anymore. I am called a chrysalis. A chrysalis. Interesting. So that's another vocabulary word, and this is a chrysalis. It's what they hide in as they're changing. Wings at last. When I am 7 weeks old, I climb out of my pouch. I am a butterfly. My new wings are folded and wet. I rest for a while in the warm sunshine. Soon my wings are flat. I can fly. In the sunshine. Now I am 8 weeks old and fully grown. My wings are strong. I can fly here and there. I use my long tongue to drink sweet nectar from the flowers. At last, I look like my mother. So here's another adaptation that the butterfly has. If I'm using that vocabulary word, adaptation, is it has a long tongue. And that helps it stay alive because it's able to drink the nectar from the flowers that it eats. Pretty interesting. See how I grew? The egg, 1 week old, 2 weeks old, 3 weeks old, 4 weeks old, 7 weeks old, 8 weeks old. So that is the book Butterfly. Again, today, day one, you're going to be comparing a butterfly and a caterpillar. How are they the same? How are they different? Post that to Seesaw along with your phonics and your high frequency word notes, all in one post. And then on day two, so tomorrow you'll reread the story, and then you're going to be doing the main idea and key details, and I want at least 3 details. You can do more if you know more about the butterfly or caterpillar. You can always do more too. But make sure that main idea, remember, is a sentence with a capital and a period, and don't start with this book is all about. Remember? So we want a sentence that makes sense but does not use the words that this book is all about. So try to figure out a sentence that could describe what's going on in the story as a whole. What's it all about? Tell me a sentence about it, okay? I hope you enjoy reading with me. We're going to be learning more about butterflies and caterpillars as we go into science later this year. So this is kind of a little book into what we're going to be learning about later this year too. So I'll be seeing you in the next couple of videos that we're going to be reading together this year, and hopefully you had fun, and I will see you soon. Bye, first grade.